Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, we have a winter storm impacting the region. We have full team coverage out in the field and in the studio, keeping you safe from the rest of this storm.
And in our team coverage, the NewsLink Indiana Drive Cam has got you covered. We'll let you know how the snow is affecting the streets so you could stay safe.
And the coronavirus continues to cut through the globe. We've got a local look at how it could affect us here in the United States and right here in Muncie.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brittany Dobbins.
And I'm Peyton Green. Thanks for being with us tonight. With team coverage on the snow that's been coming down since last night.
First, let's check with NewsLink Indiana weather forecaster Nathan Gidley. Nathan.
Yeah, thanks Peyton and Brittany. We're tracking this snow all day today, and that continues at this hour. Still seeing some heavier snow, especially in the southern portion of our viewing area there, down there near Henry County. Seeing some dry air, though, starting to work in, and that's allowing snow to finally stop falling across the area. But this is all part of a large weather system continuing to impact all throughout the state here. We're seeing scattered snow showers continuing this evening. As a result, a winter weather advisory continues until 1 a.m. for all of our viewing area except for Wayne County. So again, be careful on the roads tonight. Make sure you take extra time. Be very careful out there. Allow extra time to get to your destination. Have that first aid kit handy if you're heading out tonight. Now, earlier we didn't have any road concerns, but now the temperatures have dropped below freezing. Those roads continue to be a problem right now, and that snow continues to pile up. So we're going to toss it right now over to Joseph Williams for the latest on what's going on outside, as well as the latest on some travel advisories. Joseph.
All right, so yeah, it may look like a winter wonderland outside, but that does not mean it feels like a winter wonderland. First off, you might notice right all around the snow is still falling across much of the parking lot here, and still pretty nasty outside. At least more than an inch of snow has fallen, and the snow consists of, well, pretty much wetness snow that can easily be crushed and packed in. So what that basically means is it's pretty nasty outside for the most part. And also notice it's windy outside, which means that any wind chills are actually going to be in the low teens, so it's actually below freezing right now. Those freezing conditions combined with the fact that it's still snowing outside and that we have at least more than an inch of snow means that we're under a travel advisory for much of central Indiana, which means basically just make sure to stay safe. That includes Madison, Henry, and Randolph counties. Speaking of road conditions, Tyler Brumman, can you tell us what those road conditions are like in Muncie?
Yeah, hey there, Joseph. The roads right now just not good. I do want to let you know that NewsLink Indiana's Joey Moore is with me right now as we are kind of navigating the roads together. Let's go ahead now and flip around the camera. As you can see right there, a lot of slush on the roadways right now. There have been reports of slide-offs tonight. In fact, we saw one happen right before we came on here. So again, the roads are bad. We have seen a number of plows out and about as well. DPW, they've been on top of this trying to treat the roads. Of course, as this snow continues to fall, ice is another big issue that we have been seeing as we're rolling past University Police headquarters here. And we do want to also let you know about a number of school delays that we are hearing about tonight. No word yet on if MCS will have a 2-hour delay tomorrow. So MCS, they have not at least announced a decision yet. That decision could still be pending, but Blackford, Daleville, and Yorktown will all be operating on 2-hour delays tomorrow. Again, we will continue to keep you updated both on air and online. We'll have another check-in a bit later on in the show, but for now, I'll go ahead and send back to you, Brittany and Peyton.
All right, thanks, Tyler. Still looking a little pretty sick out there, but we'll keep you updated. And as the coronavirus threats continue, many in the U.S. are concerned following a recent update by the CDC.
Joining us now is NewsLink Indiana's Annie Keister. Annie, should we be worried about the coronavirus spread affecting us?
Hey, good evening, guys. Well, that's the question most people are left with here tonight after the CDC warns that more cases of the coronavirus are to be expected here in the U.S. Schools and workplaces are warned to be prepared for what has been declared as a public health emergency. The CDC's website's recent updates have sparked a stronger concern with U.S. citizens, and for some, a concern right here in Muncie. Ball State students living in off-campus apartments such as University Village received this message Monday evening. While the email does link the CDC's website updates, University Village tells NewsLink Indiana this was merely a precautionary measure. However, Ball State's Susan McDowell says the coronavirus is still something to be watching out for.
It's novel. It's a new type of infection. The coronavirus can be life-threatening.
And while the symptoms are similar to that of a regular flu, for health professionals, they're just not the same.
Problematic, I would say, with the coronavirus is that we just don't understand it nearly as well as we understand the flu.
But if the virus does reach campus, McDowell says the university already has a plan.
We have policies and procedures already in place that if there were any increasing concern, we would be able to take action.
But for now, Dr. McDowell says that the best thing you can do is to do little things like washing your hands, sanitizing your space, and of course, keeping track of your surroundings. But we will continue to keep you updated. For now, live in the newsroom, Annie Keister, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thank you, Annie. Currently, federal officials are focusing on containing the spread of the coronavirus.
And Vice President Mike Pence will take charge of the nation's response to the coronavirus outbreak. President Donald Trump put the former Indiana governor in charge just earlier tonight. Karen Kafer reports Trump spent today in meetings and a press conference on how the spread of the virus could impact Americans.
The coronavirus has now spread to every continent but Antarctica. Brazil's health minister says a man with the country's first case arrived from Italy, home to the largest outbreak outside of Asia and one that continues to grow. Here on Capitol Hill, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar told House members the U.S. is on alert and working to prevent a potential spread.
The immediate risk to the American public remains low, but there is now community transmission in a number of countries, including outside of Asia, which is deeply concerning.
After President Trump's comments Tuesday that the coronavirus is under control in the U.S., Democrats are concerned he isn't taking the threat seriously.
I don't think the president knows what he's talking about, once again.
The Trump administration expects to allocate at least $2.5 billion in resources to fund the coronavirus response. Democrats and even some Republicans say it's not enough. As more cases are confirmed in more countries outside of China, where the coronavirus originated, experts say a global pandemic isn't far off.
We have countries that are starting to have community spread, which is essentially getting us closer and closer to what you would consider the definition of a pandemic.
And the vaping epidemic continues. Indiana lawmakers are looking to double the fine stores can receive for selling smoking or vaping products to anyone under 21. Senate and House negotiators reached an agreement on a bill today. The agreement would boost the maximum fine against the store from a first violation from $200 to $400.
And the man charged in the death of his 18-month-old granddaughter when she fell from a cruise ship window is changing his plea. That's next.
And the Student Government Association is gathering for its first Senate since the week's runoff election. We'll tell you how it's moving forward.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
6 people are dead tonight after a mass shooting in Wisconsin.
It happened at the Molson Coors corporate complex in Milwaukee. As the shooting unfolded, employees fled the complex, some finding safety at a nearby restaurant. Police say the shooter is dead and there is no active threat. Officers identified them as a 51-year-old company employee.
And the grandfather charged in the death of his 18-month-old granddaughter when she fell from a cruise ship is changing his plea to guilty. Salvatore Nello's lawyer says the deal to plead guilty to a charge of negligent homicide is in the best interest of the family. The attorney also says the deal includes no jail time and no admission of facts. A hearing for the plea change is not set yet. Meanwhile, the family has a lawsuit filed against the cruise ship company Royal Caribbean Cruises. The lawsuit claims the accident would have been prevented if the ship line followed industry-standard window fall prevention codes. And also facing charges tonight, the heiress to the family that invented the Hot Pocket microwave sandwich, Michelle Janovis, was sentenced to 5 months behind bars and a $250,000 fine for her role in the college admission scandals that actress Lori Loughlin also was involved in. She pleaded guilty to last fall into conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. As a part of the wide-ranging scheme, she paid $100,000 for someone to cheat on college entrance exams for 2 of her daughters. And she paid $200,000 to have one of her daughters admitted to University of Southern California as a fake beach volleyball recruit.
The South Carolina primary is this Saturday, and 7 candidates took the stage for the Democratic debate in Charleston last night. Candidates attacked frontrunner Bernie Sanders while making the case that they would be the best person to take on President Trump in the fall. The Student Government Association gathering for its first Senate meeting since yesterday's election results. As we reported last night, Bold received 53% of the vote, beating Alliance in the runoff election. This came weeks after campaigning 4 debates in 2 rounds of voting. The current SGA president, Aiden Medellin, offering words of advice tonight for the newly elected slate.
There's a lot of different things that you can that differentiates you between a successful slate and a not successful slate. And most of it is just activity, like how much are you getting yourself on campus, how much are you involving yourself in situations.
By following our regular newscast for our special A Bold New Era, you will hear from SGA President Medellin as well as newly elected slate Bold. We'll also take a look back at this year's SGA election cycle and a preview of what could come. Again, that's all tomorrow night at 9:30 on the NewsLink Indiana's Facebook page. Nathan, are we going to be seeing an end to this cold weather anytime soon?
Yeah, there is good news on the horizon, but again, our focus is on tonight as those road conditions continue to be less than ideal and continue to deteriorate here over the next couple of hours. I have all the details coming up in my full forecast to keep you safe, as well as what to expect for your spring break forecast coming up after the break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
The snow is still falling, and we got NewsLink Indiana Drive Cam out on the road tonight.
Let's check in now with Tyler Brummett. Tyler?
Yeah, hey there, Brett and Peyton. Good evening. The road's still bad right now. In fact, if anything, they've gotten worse. As we take a look now at Pratt Road, that's where we're at right now. It's very quiet through here. I know myself and NewsLink Indiana's Joey Moore, we've kind of been out and about just looking around the area. We've even experienced a little bit of sliding ourselves. So please, if you plan on going out, just take it slow. We do want to reiterate that there are a number of school delays, including Blackford, Daleville, and Yorktown, but no word yet from MCS if they are going to be on a delay. But again, these roads right now are just not good. The one that we're on right now actually seems pretty good. So again, we will continue to keep you updated. I know Nathan's going to have more in just a moment in weather. So we'll go and send back to you guys there in the studio.
All right, thank you, Tyler and Nathan. Are these conditions still going to continue? What's going on?
Well, it's the 1-2 punch. We had the snow today. Now the next story is going to be the cold that follows it. So certainly that's what we're really concerned about, is the fact that we're going to experience cold temperatures as well. And as we head toward the weekend, those cold temperatures continue. But first, we're focused on tonight with that snow continuing to fall. As we zoom in a little closer, you see Henry County seeing the most snow, Delaware County as well, even up to Blackford County seeing some heavier snow. The good news today, though, is that's what's cut down these snow totals is the fact that some dry air is worked in, as well as temperatures being above freezing on the roads throughout the day today. So I went out earlier today. I took this picture just outside of Cooper Science Complex. Notice the roads were just wet. No snow was sticking to them earlier today. And that was good news, is that we didn't see as much snow earlier today, keeping the roads good for most of the day today. But that's changed here over the night tonight. But though earlier today, look at this beautiful picture from Christie Woods from our own forecaster, Jordan Wolf. Notice the path there was dry as well, though, indicating that the snow wasn't sticking there during the day, but it is sticking right now as these temperatures have fallen farther below freezing. Notice right now we're at 30 here in Muncie, 26 in Fort Wayne, 27 in Kokomo, and 28 degrees. Good evening to you in the Circle City. We're still under that winter weather advisory for all of our counties except for Wayne County until 1 a.m., so be very careful if you have any plans to head out this evening. Now, as we try and time this out here throughout the overnight hours, notice that the snow starts to scatter out, and by the time we get to the morning hours tomorrow, our big focus is going to be some of this lake effect banding that's going to set up throughout the day tomorrow, as well as by the time we get to the evening hours, a little clipper system starts to work in that's going to pass just off to our south here. Notice around the dinner time, seeing a few scattered snow showers here. Let's continue to track off to our south and east by the time we get to the evening hours there on Thursday. So good news is this will not be as widespread, but the bad news, however, is that it's going to be followed by some pretty cold air throughout the day tomorrow. Notice these temperatures, 5 o'clock, still in the 20s all day tomorrow. Lows by the time you wake up on Friday morning, just in time for waking up with cardinal weather. Very cold temperatures expected as well. Lows dropping into the teens. Same story Friday night and continuing into the Saturday morning. Teens expected as well. A very cold start to Ball State spring break. Once again, feeling like winter break part 2 here to start spring break for Ball State students. But for tonight, seeing those isolated snow showers, a low of 19 degrees, that strong northwest wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour is going to result in that lake effect snow tomorrow. So we're going to see temperatures rise into the 20s. Good day to go out and make a snowman though, so get outside and enjoy that snow. Very picturesque snow for this time of the year as well. Now, as we transition to the weekend, again, we see that cold spell here on the jet stream map. Look at this, that cold air on Friday and Saturday. But as we transition into next week for spring break, notice there's a little bit more of a zonal flow set up across the area. That's going to allow for some milder air to work into the forecast during your spring break week, which is good news. But the bad news is it's going to be accompanied by some precipitation. This is a 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook above average right over our section of the country here through March 3rd through March 7th, and that's reflected in our mid-7 day forecast here. Notice all that snow shower activity here Thursday and Friday with that lake effect snow. Very low chances there, however, but that nice warming here trend throughout the weekend 45 by Sunday. Back into the 50s to start your spring break. 51 on Monday, 49 Tuesday with that rain chance moving back into the forecast. Some real warm temperatures are possible during this period, but crashing a little bit back down to earth there on Wednesday and 38 degrees. So really something for everyone in this 7-day forecast, but glad to see some of that warm air starting to come back over spring break.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to that with some warm air, but thank you, Nathan. The Ball State football schedule for the fall is out. We'll tell you what dates to look out for.
But first, the Lady Cardinals basketball team faces Toledo tonight. We've got a live update of the score. That's next in sports.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not funny.
What on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Nathaniel Smith with sports. Women's basketball hit the floor tonight. Let's take a look at some first half highlights. Ball State coming in looking to rebound off their loss at Eastern Michigan. Toledo started strong as a cross-court pass to Quenisha Lockett drives in through the lane and scoops it in for the layup in traffic. But then it was all Ball State, as Dopigros tossed a dime to Telma Augustdottir to beat the buzzer and wrap up the first quarter. Then some flashy ball movement. Anna Selfane gets the bucket, taking the hoop plus the harm. Toledo, however, not enough gas in the tank as Sarah Rockinen pulls up and hits a three for the Rockets, who go into the half 36-25. Ball State held on for the victory with a final score of 66-60. Switching over to gymnastics, junior Claudia Gueco has been named MAC Specialist of the Week for the third time this season. She tied her career high with her floor routine in Ball State's win against Kent State on Sunday. Gueco impressed the home crowd, scoring a 9.9 for the third time this season. Her score played a major role in Ball State's comeback victory against Kent State. Gueco is ranked 10th regionally for her floor routine and 48th in the nation. The Cardinals' next face-off will be against Northern Illinois Sunday, March 1st. The Mid-American Conference released its football schedules today, adding to Ball State's already interesting schedule. Ball State will open the season with 2 out of the first 4 games on the road. Their first road game is against the Michigan Wolverines in Ann Arbor. After that, they will travel and face the Indiana Hoosiers in Bloomington. After the long road trip, they will finally be at home for Family Weekend, where they play Wyoming on Thursday, September 3rd. The Cardinals' first matchup of the season is set to be Maine, which will be the home opener. As teams around the area prepare for sectionals, let's take a look at the schedule for teams in and around Delaware County. In 1A at Westdale, Game 1 features the 10-9 Warriors, who take on Tri-Central. Getting the bye and moving to the semifinals is Cowan, who will take on the winner of that matchup. In 2A at Blackford, the 16-5 Bruins, moving down from 3A, face Madison Grant. They won the previous matchup this season 93-74. The Alexandria 2A sectional 16-4 Wapahani faces the Lapel Bulldogs. In Newcastle's 3A sectional, 4-16 Muncie Burris takes on 10-11 Yorktown. The winner of that game will battle Delta in the semifinals. And in 4A at Muncie Central, the 8-13 Bearcats will face Pendleton Heights. All sectional action is set to start on Tuesday, March 3rd. The Ball State women's track and field team will be sending 19 student athletes to the MAC Indoor Championship. Seniors Brianna Birdsong, Amber Jones, and Kelsey Walters all earned an automatic qualifying mark. Birdsong ran a time of 24.64 seconds to win the 200-meter dash. Amber Jones posted a time of 55.43 seconds in the 400-meter dash. And Walters threw 15.15 meters in shot put. The event will be held at Akron, Ohio, and will take place February 28th and 29th. Events will begin at 11:20 in the morning on the 28th and 1 in the afternoon on the 29th. Now, guys, I'm really excited to see the results after that meet. I know that all the athletes competing in that meet have been working really hard to prepare for these last couple weeks.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's very exciting and very well anticipated. Thank you, Nathaniel. And now, in more exciting news, 2 restaurants are rolling out new options, with one adding a whole breakfast menu. We'll tell you what's coming to the drive-thru next.
And we got a final look at your weather going into this weekend.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. It's time to take a look at a couple stories we chose for you. One of my favorites, Chipotle, of course, changed up the recipe for its queso for the 3rd time. The chain first added the melted cheese dip to its menu in 2017, but customers complained its texture was too gritty, so it released a tweaked version a few months later. And now it's launching a whole new recipe with a big visual difference. The new queso is now white instead of yellow. Queso Blanco is made of Monterey Jack and white cheeses, Serrano, Poblano, and Chipotle peppers. The new queso will be available starting tomorrow.
Sticking to the topic of food, Wendy's is joining many other fast food companies by releasing a breakfast menu. There are 9 sandwiches on the new menu. The breakfast menu was originally supposed to be released in March, but some restaurants are currently offering it. Some items you can expect to see on the new menu is the honey butter chicken biscuit, a breakfast version of the Baconator, and an iced frosty cappuccino. Those all sound great, but what's not been great lately is the weather. Nathan, what can we expect?
Wendy's has the best Twitter, and we have the best team covering this storm. Thanks to Tyler Bruma and Joseph Williams for covering this storm. As we check that radar one more time, seeing those scattered snow showers continuing, especially in our southern counties there. One last look at the mid-7-day forecast. Seeing those scattered snow showers Thursday and Friday. Drying out over the weekend, but temperatures warming next week to start spring break with some rain chances on Monday and Tuesday. Be safe out there tonight on the roads.
All right, thanks, Nathan. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9 for our normally scheduled broadcast, and then again at 9:30 for a special report with Bold, the university's newly elected student government slate. That will be streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.